welcome to a new series, probably. If this video is out, that means I've uploaded a 1 hour full unedited drawing of this. This is as far as the video goes. This video, you'll see the finished piece, and you will see me discuss about how and why I drew it this way, what my goals were, and in general, my critiques for this drawing and how I would improve for the next one. This is just my way to continually improve and practice. And I invite anyone. I usually upload my images on my community page, and I will start doing that again for every single drawing that every single video that I upload. I'll upload the drawing as well. And I invite you to critique it, to mark it, to find issues with it, and I encourage you to go on Instagram, my Discord, or however way you can contact me, and send it to me so I can see how you would fix it or you would change it. And I welcome anyone who's willing to take the time out of the day to do that. So, before we start, I want to say there's some context you need to know. Recently, I have been quite unhappy with my progression in art, especially my style. I think it has gone in a direction that I'm not quite fond of. To show you an example, this is my latest piece yesterday. And the best way I can describe it, the best descriptor I can describe between this and this is that this is texture, this is glossy. And I am not a fan of this glossy look anymore. I used to think it was very fun. This is when I'm still relatively new to coloring, and it feels like my coloring hasn't evolved very far. And it's produced this glossy feel, this very cell shaded feel that I'm frankly tired of, and I don't think holds any personality or is fun to look at anymore. Even with pieces that I find that are one of my best pieces, I have trouble looking at them now because I am just no longer a fan of this glossy, this low gradient, very boring product anymore. A drawing that I'm quite fond of still is this one right here. I love this drawing, and I love it because of how much texture there seems to be whenever I look at the line art. When I look at this is like a G pen, and this is a SU cream pen on the Clip Studio asset store, and I'm just much more in love with the texture, the little lines that I have on the fingers, the little lines for creases and the knuckle and the cheekbones and the lids of the eyes. And even though they have the same exact line, I just don't get the same feeling of texture, grittiness, and roughness as I do with this piece. So the goal for this piece was to get and stray far away as possible as this style. So even though my sketching might look the same, my coloring is completely different. My technique for coloring is completely different. As you can see, this is more of a watercolor texture. And I've even added a paper texture just to get as far as I can from this, because I am just frankly unhappy with this now. And I feel like I have been for quite some time, but I've only realized until I finished this piece. Now, there was something that I also changed when I did the line piece, and I didn't say this in my other video because it's supposed to be a silent video. What changed from here to here is that I drew faster. That is one intentional thing that I tried to keep doing the entire time. This sketch took me about an hour or two. This took me about 2 hours. While the other video, this whole sketch, not the coloring, the sketch alone, only took me about an hour. From construction to line to inking, entirely an hour. I tried to be as loose and as quick as possible rather than being slow and methodical. And the reason is because I find that whenever I think too much, whenever I sit there, I'm paralyzed by choices and which direction to go. And I end up being very stiff and strict with my line work. So there are plenty of issues that I want to point out during the sketch, because I feel like if you look closer, you'll see so many issues, right? But the whole point was just to draw faster and just to be more loose, much more loose with my line work. All right, so with all that context in mind, let's get to red marking it. I have many issues with this sketch because there are many problems. But that doesn't mean I don't like it. I really like this piece much more. And it might be recency bias, which is totally fair. But I'm very much more fond of this texturized, rough paper watercolor look than I am with this glossy look. And I have been really, again, tired with this look for quite some time now. So it's really fun. It's really exciting to know that I can produce a work that looks like this and looks so categorically different from these two pieces. And that excites me for the future. I'm very excited about my next couple sketches, knowing that I can produce something like this. This is my first time watercoloring, so I will not be judging any of the coloring because I'm frankly really new at that. This is my first time. I watched a watercoloring video, and I'll put it in the description, like 4 times. I watched it like 4 times and just tried to reproduce whatever she did as close as I can, and this was my product. Okay. So, issues that I have. The main issue that I have, in my opinion, which is very distracting because I've been looking at this entire time, is the cloth folds. I'm fine with this half. I absolutely despise what's going on here. I hate this sleeve. This is horrible. I don't know what was happening here, but this, I think it's this curve right here. This curve makes it look so flat and has 0 3 dimensions. Like it's just completely not 3-dimensional. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm using really strong words like despise. I might start using abhor soon. I'm like trying to like, what the fuck? Did I read a thesaurus after? This is not how I speak normally. But I'm not a fan. I'm not fond of this or any of the clove folds leading up to this sleeve. I think it looks very bad. I think, did my computer just freeze? Okay. I think this portion is on a much better. Wow. I don't know what happened here. It just doesn't seem to portray the idea that the sleeve is going inwards and this is like a spherical or a cylindrical shape. So I do not like this. First issue right here. My plans on fixing it are changing the sleeve, actually. I don't believe I drew the arm wrong. Let's see. If we were to get rid of this in the background and we were to get rid of, where's the clothing? Oh, wait, I'm on the wrong thing. If we were to get rid of this, the clothing layer, and then put on the body layer, I don't think the arm was drawn poorly. I really don't. I do not think the arm was drawn poorly. I think it could be better, but I think it shows 3D shape fine. I think the poor way I drew the clothing is what makes it look flat. So I intend on 1, getting better at drawing clothes folds, frankly. It just looks awful. And 2, coloring it better. But that's not something we're going to be talking about. All right, second issue. This is the second biggest issue, in my opinion, is the hair. Now, I do think the hair is frankly a lot better than this. I think this looks so bad and so greasy. I feel like I just made the shape and then just added lines into it in any direction. Like this right here, I've come to hate this. No. Okay, I get that I'm using really strong for words, but this is something I do not like. I don't know where it comes from. It just seems so random. It doesn't come from any part of the hair. So I'm very happy that I'm very happy with the product of this hair that it all comes from this one center. It feels like it grows out from some area of the hair, of the head. So I'm very fond of that. I'm very happy with that. I just think that it's so obvious. It's like a little crater in her head. And I find it hilarious, but also very distracting that there's just this little crater that I feel like someone like punched in. So I would definitely make this much less apparent, visible. Maybe even add some lines up here. Maybe like move the hairlines further up to cover this little hole that we have. But that's how I would fix it. Lastly, my main issue. I have issues with some proportions and stuff, but that's like the ears could be like in a different area a little bit better. Some proportions in the face feel like could be different. This is the reference, by the way. I feel like I should show this a little quicker. I mean, you would see the reference if you watched the 1 hour sketch, but you don't have to do that. Lastly, I would fix his hand. I think the hand folds are a little weird, like this and this are a little definitely really off. But I feel like so much of the hand is in the head. I feel like it looks like her own hand is reaching within her brain and just playing around with her mind. And I think it looks really funny. If anyone has seen Wolverine Deadpool, when female Professor X, I forgot her name, reaches her hand into like Deadpool Wolverine, this is what it looks like. I feel like my hand just needs to be further out, or at least show more of the hand, or maybe even have like some of the hair wrap around the hand so it looks like she's playing for hair rather than just shoving her fingers within her flippin' skull. So yeah, those are the main things I changed. So this, crater, and clothes folds. And that's it. That's essentially the entire video. The entire video is just essentially me giving you the context of the sketch, why I drew the sketch, and what I believe I can do to fix the sketch. So I hope you enjoy. I hope you like it, because this is going to be a very consistent type of video that I'm going to make, because I want to improve as fast as possible, and I feel like this is a really great way to do it. So thank you for sticking around. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. If you've watched this long, I'm very happy that you stuck around this long, and I hope you take good care. Have a great one, and I'll see you soon. Subscribe if you'd like. Leave a like if you'd like. But besides that, see ya.